Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We have another game here. 75% from White. It was a solid game. It had a little bit of nerviness in the middle, but it's a tough tussle between, and White eventually sails supreme. So let's have a look. Solid opening. Now comes the interesting part of the post opening. Right after like the sixth, seventh move, that's when you've got to really start coming up with good quality moves. I like the rook move here, for example. I think it's the right idea to put pressure here, induce this. Or actually, knight here is maybe better now. Knight here is nicer because you can play it, you can attack that bishop. It's a good bishop to attack, so I would have gone for that, but this is c3 is not that good. C3 is not that good. Rook here definitely better than c3. Anyway, you can definitely still play the knight hop. You should have played the knight hop. You're too eager for this, man. Why are you so eager for this bad idea, bad plan, bad plan? Why was it a bad plan? Because he's got the diagonal, bro. He's got a bishop there, man. And he's got these knights who are going to come very annoyingly. So it was a bad plan. Remember that. You have to have a good plan. And when your opponent has a bad plan, you have to let him fall into his own trap. Because now you've got this whole dance here, and really what's happening? Nothing much, right? Your queen is offside. He's got pieces in the center, and he's going to castle f5, and your pieces are not that developed. If you're asking tough questions, you're making him dance. He's dancing like the dance man he is. So it's worked out for you in one way or another. It worked out. But don't get me wrong, it was the wrong idea. Okay? Now he's coming. Now he comes in bravely for that pawn there, and well, how can white best respond here? Basically you're trying to play with, it's just Sachin and who? It's just Sachin and some decent player. That's all you want. You want to win the game with just both of you. But you need to also let Azhar and Jadeja also play. They all have to help win the game. Okay, fine. I like humility in a player. Humility is a sign of maturity as a chess player. Moving the piece all the way back is sometimes the best move. And many people don't play it because they think, oh, I don't want to be like moving back and forth or whatever. It's a mature move. It's good. Of course, this is much better. This is a much better square. Like it's prime territory. It's the best defensive square for the king's safety is actually, I think, knight here, if it can be held. Because here it's always a little bit of a vulnerability. Something can always sacrifice against it and exploit this. So um, knight is a good defender of the king, but it can also be a liability. Remember that. Okay. So now something has happened which is, yeah, poured a lot of pressure on you. You poured a lot of pressure on you because of these ideas, I guess. He misses it. He misses his chance. His one chance. He had one job and he missed it. No, okay, everything's coming nice and easy for you. It's great, great, right? Great when life's works so easy, but it shouldn't have been. So now white has good control. What a soft move. A3 is a really soft move, but I get it. You're playing for c4 and this. Mm, nah, I don't know. I think this whole idea is also not so worth the investment in time. I'm more a fan of playing a move like this, to be honest. This and this, maybe, or something else. Anyway, knight back here is a very mature move. Very mature move. It's very often what you will see is games like this. Knight here, here, here. He's basically rerouting his knight that way. I had a different plan, which is something like this. But yeah, now will you play g4? G4 can sometimes, when a player's feeling pressure, they strike out with g4 and it can just serve to undermine them further. So it's very tricky position here. He doesn't play g4, even though g4 was the right move here. Instead, he now plays the computer move. This is fascinating. How did he play a computer move? A move late. Yeah. So now you've dropped this pawn probably. Oh, well, no, he had this too. He should have advanced, defends the pawn as well. But he played passive and you've now got all the pieces. But he's also got a good looking attack. I think queen here is just the right idea to just calm down, boys. We're not gonna have any checkmate. Just okay, we got a trade. Now we got a knight kick. And now we're threatening something nastier with the rook, in fact. Oh, but he's got a lovely knight outpost. So the knight comes back. Now the knight. Ooh, should have probably taken that. Okay, this is a tough position now. Now this game is not easy. It's not trivial by any means. You're gonna have to defend the knight, let him take the pawn, and then side your king up here so that he can't take the knight next move and exploit the spin, right? There's nothing else you can really do. You play it. It doesn't have the right follow up, but you have some ideas. This is also pretty good. And now he releases the pressure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you could have now gone under doubler, but I guess you're confident in your end game in this position. Uh, you shouldn't have captured there because it untangles his doubled pawns. Better is to just slide here, right? Wasn't that your plan? No, maybe you didn't see that idea. I don't know. But the pressure is heating up a little bit. Not the most straightforward position. It's objectively a draw, but anyone can win these games, man. At this 1100 level, it's anyone's game. This is not much nicer way to attack it. Okay. Okay, and so the pressure is building up for both players. Only 1 minute left on the clock for the student, and he cracks finally. But what was the move? Capture here. Oh, luring the king away and then promoting. Wow. Okay, this is also tricky. This is also very tricky because this pawn is moving fast and he's going to get support. So this at this point in the game, you've got to take your time and think about your next move because it can all unravel before you know it. Maybe rook here and here, and then try to get the other rook here and here. I'm not sure, but but yeah. Okay, you played a sensible move like that. That's sensible. Check for good measure. Now what? Now what? Okay, just closing up space for that king. That's also reasonable to try. You can even try to checkmate him like this. I'm pretty sure it would work actually. Okay, he stops that. He tries to stop that, but it's a blunder. Why is it such a big blunder? I'm not sure, but it is a blunder. Maybe because you got rook check first and then just win the pawn. So computer chose that you should just take the pawn. Let's have a look. Take the pawn. Okay, this is very advanced actually. This is too advanced. I don't recommend it. So now he's going for it. He's pushed forward. And a rook check comes in lovely. Follow up pawn check comes in very nice. And now you've got the rook mate. Are you going to see the mating net? You do! Wow! Good finish. I like a good finish. I like a good finish. Nothing would have annoyed me more than to see you going here and trying to hold on to that. All right. Got you later.